Unit 9.
Track 63.
1. Patricia.
My name's Patricia O'Hara, a good old Irish name, but in fact I was born in Argentina. I'm a descendant of an Irish family, the O'Haras, who came from Ireland in the 1850s after the Great Potato Famine. Life was very hard then. There was no food or work, so over 1 million people left Ireland to look for a better life. I still live on the farm that belonged to my great-grandparents 100 years ago. We breed cows and horses. Actually, in Spanish, we don't call it a farm. It's an estancia, and it's very big, enormous. You can ride a horse for days and hardly see anybody. You might not know this, but although the country is huge, the population is under 40 million, and more than half of them live in and around the capital city, Buenos Aires. We still observe all the old Irish customs at home, but of course St. Patrick's Day is the most important one.
2. David.
I'm David Koplinski, and I've lived in Chicago all my life. I was born here, and so were my parents. We're all Polish-American. My grandparents and great-grandparents came here from Poland in the 1930s, at a time when it was really difficult to make a living there. But they were lucky enough to have relatives who'd already emigrated to the States after the First World War, so it was easier for them to get visas and so on. They arrived in 1936 and started a new life. People say Chicago is the second largest Polish city in the world because Warsaw, the capital of Poland, is the only city with more Polish residents. In fact, Chicago has 3 major Polish neighborhoods. My grandmother is still the head of the family, even though she's in her 80s now. And of course, she still speaks Polish better than English. But we still observe Polish customs at home, and eat Polish food, of course. I think it's fantastic to have such a strong cultural identity. I'm very proud of it.
3. James.
I'm James and I'm English. Well, I was born in England, but I actually feel more at home here. You see, my parents first met here, in Barcelona, in the early 80s. Dad was on holiday, and Mum was working in her father's restaurant. She was studying languages, but helped out during the summer. Anyway, they fell in love, you know, the holiday romance thing. Then Dad went back home. But he couldn't forget Alicia, my mum. He came back to see her whenever he could, and finally, when she graduated, Mum went to London and they got married. Happy ending? Not yet. Mum couldn't settle in England and hated the rain and grey skies. Dad did too. So finally, we moved here permanently in 1991. Now there are nearly 1 million British people living in Spain. Incredible, isn't it? But not surprising. Apart from being cheaper, the quality of life is so much better than in Britain. There's no comparison. People enjoy life, are more relaxed, and, well, happier.